Hey, Eurovision fam, it's Alesia, and I am broadcasting live right now. I'm going to give people a little bit of time to join. So, yeah, welcome. Okay. All right. I hope everyone can hear me well and see me well. I am live. Yay, yay, yay. I've got to just making sure everything is up and running. So if you have any questions, feel free to talk to me on Twitter at Alesia Michelle. It's ALESIAMICHELLE. So yes, that's the way to do it. ALE. Okay, I don't want to have like, I'm here. All right. Okay, I am seeing you guys. I am seeing the chat. I wanted to make sure that I had access to the chat. All right. I can see your questions here on the chat on YouTube too. So awesome. Thanks. All right. Okay. So let's just get into this. I'm going to start off with talking about the Ukraine. I'm going to start off talking about this, and it really is like a super unfortunate situation. And if anyone knows, you know, I had already been tweeting, well, it was Saturday night here, so probably the wee hours of the morning, Sunday morning for you guys all in Europe. I also want to just do a disclaimer that I'm not feeling well today. So this news didn't exactly put me in a better mood. I probably could be in a better mood. But first of all, I want to just, I'm going to like read you guys, I guess, the statement that I wrote. I know I'm not like a news source or anything like that, but I did do like a statement because I did want to have something written and put together just of like my thoughts on the situation. So I will start off by giving you the statement. If you haven't seen it, it's on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Team Alesia. And then also I put it on Twitter in kind of like a whole Twitter feed. So I'm going to start off by saying, as an American Eurovision fan, perhaps I have a more idealistic view of what the song contest is. And I love the fact that the birth of the song contest was to unite a war-torn Europe. I love the fact that the EBU decided to use song and music, which is our universal language, to bring so many cultures and nations together. You know, the competition, although heated from time to time, is ultimately friendly. Sure, politics creeps into the song contest. It happens, but it shouldn't. To tell a professional singer that to represent your country, they can't perform in another Eurovision participating country is unfair and honestly has no place in the contest that is basically about unification. To be blunt, I'm disappointed. I am sad. I'd also add that the level of sheer ego at play between both countries in question is really getting exhausting. But I'm hopeful that we could have more when they go low, we go high in the future. I do love Ukraine at the Eurovision Song Contest, but from my perspective, there's only one participant that should be representing Ukraine this year, and that's MARUV. For the broadcaster to send anyone else, in my opinion, would be a shame. I think for the broadcaster to send anyone else would basically be setting up that performer for drama, mess, and foolishness. And that act doesn't really deserve that. And then you kind of are putting this act in a position where it's like, oh, so do you not support Meru? Like, you know, I just think that for Ukraine to send anyone else, that act is just going to be clouded by the fact that, you know, the rightful winner isn't at Eurovision. That's my personal opinion. And I just think that no act should really want to sign up for that. And I don't think it's really fair for anyone to ask them to do that. I think this is all on the broadcaster. And, you know, if they have to, you know, pay some costs for not having an act, you know, that's on them and that's their fault. But not that my opinion carries much weight, but I would recommend that Ukraine go on and bow out this year. I think to have a runner-up or other performer, again, it just doesn't seem fair. This is sad. This is bad. And this is not what the Eurovision Song Contest is about. So that was basically my statement in a nutshell. Yeah, I'll read some comments from folks. Can Ukraine leave Eurovision just for a few years so they can get their stuff together? That was a comment from Life with Matt. You know, I feel like we've been, like I said in sort of my statement, I do feel like us as Euro fans have been put in the middle of drama of not just like Ukraine and Russia. There's other foolishness going on, but to be honest, I mean, lately it really has been a Ukraine Russia thing, and me as an American Eurovision fan, of course I have my own experience and opinions about Russia, but at the end of the day that really has nothing to do with the song contest. In my opinion, that has nothing to do with us getting great songs, great music, and voting and cheering for people. And I think it's really unfortunate that you have a broadcaster who is putting kind of undue demands on a professional. And I think it really is a shame that is happening. And I just want to pull up an article, and this article is from Eurovisionary. So apparently some of the rules for the contract that she was giving was that she was banned from making any improvisation of her performance on the stage without prior approval, which that low-key I think is fair. Because you are representing a country and you are representing a broadcaster on a level. So you can't just go up on stage and then like throw up the bird or like scream out the F word in the middle of your performance. Like that should not be allowed. However, the other piece of this is that she would have to fund her own trip and the trip of her entourage, which I'm assuming is her dancers and team. And that is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. If you can't afford to send an artist and get them a plane ticket and get their dancers a plane ticket, that is ridiculous to me. I would also like to throw it out there that I have to pay for myself to go to Eurovision. I do have a full-time job, but I don't get paid to like do all of this Eurovision stuff. I don't have a check. If anyone would like to write me a check, I would gladly accept it. But like the idea that an artist would have to pay their own way when you're part of the team, like that's crazy to me. And I understand that some countries do not have a lot of money. I understand that some broadcasters don't have a lot of money. But from my perspective, Ukraine, you should be able to pay for her and her dancers to go. Like that to me is just wild. Also, of course, and this was really, I think, the sticking point, was that she would have to cancel all of her planned appearances in Russia, which, to be honest, I think is just unprofessional for a professional institution to ask a professional performer to do that, because when a performer and you make commitments to show up someplace, then cancel those is just point blank professional attacking. You don't know if they've given her advances to be there. You don't know if she's already been paid. You don't know if she'll have to be responsible for paying by pulling out of these performances. Again, them asking this is just absolutely unfortunate. It's wrong, and just wild. I just think it's wild for a country to kind of have the gall to ask all that stuff. It's crazy. So my sound is out. So let me see if I can change my mic. Okay, tell me, is my sound a little bit better? Is the sound better? Hold on. Oh, okay. Yay. The sound is better. Okay. So, yes. Hi, okay. So I don't know if anyone has any other thoughts on Ukraine, but that's my opinion on that. I don't know if I really have anything else to say about it, but we can go on and move to the next point. Oh, wait. Okay. Well, Jan says, well, for Jamala, Eurovision is rather about interrogating other people about Crimea than uniting people. Well, Jan, you know, if that's the case, if that was really true, and I know the comment is a little bit cheeky, but if that was the case, then Jamala should remove herself from Eurovision related activities because this is not what Eurovision is about. Point blank. And if she didn't get that memo after the year that she spent being in this Eurovision world, then that's unfortunate for her, and I guess she'll never get it. So we got that. Flavius says they should be disqualified. They broke the human rights with those statements in the contract. MARUV is a singer, not a prostitute. I couldn't agree more. Okay. And then I'm seeing something from someone. Pogo says EBU disqualifies Ukraine if they don't send MARUV. Well, you know, I have to say that I really hope that the EBU makes some type of statement on this and find some way to intervene because all of this is truly just not fair. It's not fair. It's not what the song contest is about. And if the EBU isn't going to regulate the contest, then I don't know who is because we as fans, that's not our job. We don't have that kind of power, but like maybe we should figure out if we do because this is really not okay. It's just really not okay. Well, Oliver is asking me, has my top 5 changed? So I am going to move on. And well, first, before I get into that, I think I want to talk about that 40-second replay, the 40-second clip we got of replay. So I might just like, I mean, I don't know if I should per se, but I am thinking that maybe I will just pull it up right now and we can listen collectively. I think you guys would be cool with that. So, yeah, I'm just going to pull up this 43-second clip and let's do it. Okay. So I've already listened to this, obviously. Yeah, I've already listened to it, obviously. But I'm not going to lie. This song just sounds like Fuego. Yeah, I like the horns. It's cute. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that was the end of the clip. Yeah, I can give you my thoughts pretty quickly. I need to hear the full song. I really do. I really need to hear the full song of this because it is definitely very Fuego reminiscent. And to be honest, I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I do think it is tricky because Fuego was very good. Fuego gave us a really good package. And I am imagining that Cyprus will just go on and hire Sasha Jean-Baptiste again to do the staging. I'm assuming that that's what they will do. But I think what we need to make sure that they don't do is just think that by sending us something, like just because something worked last year does not necessarily mean that it'll work this year. This is a whole nother contest. So I really do want to hear the full song before I like truly give my position. But I'm not going to lie, my psychic itch, my intuition is basically saying that like, although this is good, and I think we do need a song like that this year, I think it could definitely finish high. Do I think it has the potential to win? Only the staging will tell from my perspective, and really not just that staging, but how that live vocal turns around. Because I think Eleni, there were a lot of questions about how she would do live, singing live, and I think she ended up really rising to the occasion and improving her live vocal drastically, to be blunt. So as long as Tamta, you know, can do that, I am hopeful for this entry, but I don't want to pretend that like, oh, just because Fuego did so well this year and this song is a lot like Fuego, it's going to do well this year. I think that that would be dumb. I think it would just be dumb to think that. So we will see with that. Also, I have a question. Now, this is not what I was talking about, but Eurovision Ireland says Ireland hasn't announced anything about their Eurovision entry. It's rumored that Samantha Moomba or Una Healy will go. Who would you like to represent Ireland? To be blunt, I don't have an idea of who I would want to have represent Ireland, but I think whatever Ireland sends, I think that they should get out of this ballad rut that they put themselves in, and just give us something current, fun, and keep it simple. I think for some reason Ireland has gotten in their heads about it, which I guess I would probably be in my head about it if I did so well winning and then all of a sudden started just not qualifying. I would get in my head about it a little bit, but then like they got in their heads about it. And then last year still sent kind of like the same thing that they've been sending. But honestly, I think that this year is not a year for Ireland. I don't think anyone should really be checking for Ireland this year. And I think that this is going to be the year about the risk. And with that said, there's a lot of people who have been asking me about Conan Osiris. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know how I feel about it. I think that this song is great. I think that Portugal should send this. I think that if Portugal sent it, I could see them potentially winning again, because it's different. It is most certainly worthy of a win. And I think it's risky. And I think this year, really, it's about thinking outside of the box. And I think that that's really, really key. I have Ricardo, have you watched the performance of Conan, Anna Claudia, and Surma? What are your thoughts? I did not see Claudia's performance because, to be honest, I wasn't really wild about the song. I did see Conan's performance and Surma, and I thought they were both great. And I thought they were both risky, and I think that that's what I like, and I think that that's what people should be thinking about. So let's see. ESC Shane says the problem with Ireland is that the country is heavily religious, and sending an uptempo modern entry such as MARUV is sometimes looked down upon and criticized. Well, I'm not saying that Ireland should send anything like what MARUV did. I'm not saying that at all, but I do think that Ireland should mix it up. Like, and speaking of countries mixing it up, that brings me to Sweden and my next point, because I will talk about Melfest. So if you have any comments, like, please just comment about Melfest right now. And then like, I am going to get to like other things. So like, don't worry. Sweden, and I mentioned this in one of my videos where I did a video reacting to all the performers for Melodifestivalen this year. So it wasn't the songs that they had, but just like giving my commentary. And I think with Sweden, I'm just going to reiterate that I think Sweden has found itself in a little bit of a creative rut, maybe, as far as how people are feeling about what they're doing. Of course, Sweden can do a nice, polished pop song. We know that. We love that about Sweden. But I think the truth of the matter is, we get it. You can do that. So like, can you show us something else? Can you show us something different? I will also say that I said this even last year. I was getting a little tired of just like the good looking guy singing a nice, clean pop song. I was getting a little tired of that. And I think a lot of other people are getting a little tired of that. With that said, as much as I love John Lundvik, and I think it's a great song, I actually think John Lundvik has already a good song, and he should have kept that song to himself, which is Bigger Than Us, that he wrote or co-wrote with a team of folks for the UK. I think that song is actually really good, and I think that song is actually going to surprise a lot of people. And I think the reason why this song has the potential to surprise a lot of folks and do really well is the fact that the UK is going to have really good staging, because they've been having really good staging lately for songs that haven't really been that good. You have a vocalist who can sing, and not just sing, but create a moment with his voice that no matter how generic you want to call Bigger Than Us, the way that Michael Rice is singing that song, you cannot just look at that as a generic pop song, because it's not. It is soulful. It is Sam Smith light, Lite. and arguably better because, you know, Michael Rice has the range, and I mean, he's going for some notes and being pretty ambitious. Now, I do think he could clean up his vocal a little bit more, but I mean, bigger than us is kind of the moment. So I guess getting back to Melfest, I was showing my mom all the finalists, not Andra Hansen. I was showing my mom all of the finalists for Melodifestivalen, and my mom's by far favorite. I'm totally gonna butcher this young lady's name, but like Malu Prides. I'm like, if anyone can write some phonetical like spelling of her name, Prize. So Malu Prize maybe is how it's said. Maybe that's right. I will just say that that is actually probably my favorite in Melodifestivalen right now. I think it's something different. I think it's a bop. I think it's cute. I think the styling's good. I think it has the opportunity to stand out at Eurovision, especially looking at the other songs that we have right now. And, you know, if Sweden ends up sending John Lundvik or even Bishara, I just think a lot of people might feel like it's a little bit of the same. So let me see. So Flavia says Victoria has to win. Honestly, I watched Victoria's performance, and I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disappointed, and I'll tell you why. Victoria has a great voice. She's a sweet girl. She's gorgeous, but she is not that R&B pop songstress with attitude kind of thing. And I just felt like, although she sang it well, the song was a lot of this, and we didn't have a lot of levels. And I just didn't think that this was the right track for her. And actually, that girl Hannah, maybe she would have done better with Victoria's song. I don't know, but I don't even really know her that well. So Eurovision Ireland says Liamu and Han Firm have to win. You know, I think if Sweden sent that, I think that would be a mistake. Personally, I actually think Sweden would be better off sending John Lundvik over Liamu and Hannah, to be blunt. I think that would actually be better. Yeah, and Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey says, can I just point out that you are one of the only ESC reactors that isn't fake and is always honest. Love your shady moments. Well, I'm really not trying to be shady. I'm really, really not. If I like something, I will say I like it. If I feel like something could be improved, I will tell you how I think it could be improved. And if something can't be saved, I'm gonna tell you that it can't be saved, because some stuff can't be saved, and I'm not gonna pretend like it's okay. Just like, for what? Actually, I don't even know what I would get out of pretending that a song is okay. What? So then the artist won't be mad at me when I get to Eurovision? I don't care. Like, send a good song and then I'll love it. And then we won't have any issues. Like, that's it. So, oh, someone said, Alesia, no, Lisa Ajax. I do love Lisa Ajax. This is not the song though for her. This year is not. And actually, My Heart Wants Me Dead, that was the song, but it was not the staging, if you know what I'm saying. Like, My Heart Wants Me Dead was the song, but it was not the staging. Michael Steele says, should Anna be given a second chance? Low-key, no. Like, low-key, no. But I actually like the song. I like the entry. But I do think that there are some stronger packages in Melodifestivalen. And if you've got the stronger package, obviously, you know, send that. Someone says, so this is Canteras, says, Caritas, could you please react to Ali Ryan's Wear Your Love? I will not be reacting to any songs that aren't representing the country. Now, yes, I did react to MARUV because I was hopeful that Ukraine would just get it together and honestly grow up and just let her sing the damn song. Like, I don't get it. It just makes absolutely no sense, especially when you had a song that could have potentially put you in a winner category. And at the end of the day, you should want to win Eurovision. If you're not coming to win, then please stop wasting our time. If you are not coming to win because you want to host, Like, I think on behalf of me and all of the fandom, sit down and leave us alone and come back when you're ready to give us something to win. Cause it just is, it's like, it's so obvious and it's so frustrating to have to listen to these songs that are terrible. And then sometimes you'll interview the artist and it's like, well, I don't even really want to win. Then why are you here? Bye. um, so, someone is asking me, do I have hope in the Dutch artists? I do. I've seen some of their videos and the vocal is great. So I am hopeful that we will get something good. Hopefully, I would love that. And I would also I'm really looking forward to the Netherlands artists this year to really cleanse my palate from last year. Okay. So Rune Jacobson is asking me, hey, Alesia, live for your channel and your whole gig. Thoughts on Denmark this year? Personally, I hate it and I'm Danish. Love from Denmark. The studio track of the song I actually liked. And the crazy thing is my first time hearing it, I saw the performance and she looked kind of like a deer in headlights. She didn't seem quite natural. I wasn't really a fan of the staging and I definitely wasn't a fan of the styling. Like, we need to let her hair down, let her look like the cute young girl that she is, and let her sell the song and be kind of like fun and cute and upbeat. But there was something very gray and dark and somber about the performance that really threw me. With that said, I think it's a cute track, but I have it in my meh category right now. And in my meh category, it is joined by France and sadly Germany. These are just the songs to me. Well, France is in my meh category, really because of the song, and I've yet to hear the Bilal do the vocal properly in the proper key that the song was written in. And Germany, maybe we could talk about later. I don't know. Let me look at these comments first. Okay. Jose asked me, are you pregnant? I am not. Xavier says Liamu and Hannah are just Amaya and Alfred 2.0. You know, I tend to agree with that statement, except for the fact that we are getting a vocal. And Amaya and Alfred were not really giving us a vocal. So, and that's really all I can say about that. I'm scrolling down. Alesia, this is great. Alesia, do you think Macedonia will learn from their problems with staging and will make their way into the final? I'm supporting them. They deserve it. Okay, I would love to put some faith in Macedonia, but here's the thing. We keep getting these well, I should say as of late, we've been getting these great studio tracks and then we all get excited. And then, I don't know, the broadcaster and the design team decides to slap us all across the face with some shitty staging that makes absolutely no sense. And it's like, at this point, I just feel like, oh, okay, so maybe you don't really want to win because you have a good song. Honestly, last year, if they had just stood there and on stage and just sung the performance with no costume change, no weird camera angles, and just some simple styling, it probably would have been in the final because that's how good the song was. So this year, I am hopeful, but I am not going to get my hopes up. And I will hold my breath and try and keep my excitement in check until I am in Israel and see the staging in the rehearsals. So who else? So one person is asking me, what do I think about the Portuguese final selection? I think it's great. The Quality Dan asks, do you think Serhat will surprise us? Of course he's going to surprise us. I mean, of course he's going to surprise us, but I do think that it's pretty much a safe bet that San Marino probably won't be a contender this year, but we shall see. ESC Jardine basically asked, do I think Armenia could win? I've been clocking for an Armenia win lately. I think Armenia has been cooking up some good stuff. I do think last year was just a tough year and a tough semi, and then also the vocal last year was struggling. What was it? Savak? Coming, he was having vocal issues. He was having a hard time vocally. So that's really why. But I am hopeful that Armenia could send us something. I think we have an Armenia win coming within the next like 5 years, definitely, hopefully. So someone says, talk about Romania, ESC Romania. Well, I kind of have already talked about Romania because I had it as like my honorable mention in my top 5 for now video. Romania is growing on me. I have Romania. So I've got, let me just break down. I have like, I have a category of excellent songs, good songs, meh songs, and no. We can just get it out of the way. My no song is Croatia and Montenegro. And I think that's for obvious reasons. I did a reaction video to Montenegro, which honestly, I almost wish that I didn't, because I don't really like doing reaction videos like where I just don't like the song. I don't like it, but at least, you know, Montenegro has an opportunity to tweak it and turn around, because they do have some good vocalists in there, and there's a way that they could turn it around. But they are probably not qualifying. So then on a level, it's like, is it even worth the effort of trying to turn it around if, you know, if it's probably not going to qualify. With Croatia, great vocal. The song is not just meh, but it's dated. It's not good. The lyrics are a little bit cringy. If it was just in Croatian, I mean, I probably wouldn't notice it and I would just be focusing on how good the vocal is. But even then, the production is still very dated. So Josh Kinnan asks, Esther's song was not on my radar in their national selection, but the staging actually wowed me. I think Romania has turned this around. And I will say Romania is in my good category. You know, now whether I want Romania in my final or not remains to be seen, but it's not bad. The vocal was sung well, even though her vocal tone I know is a little bit jarring. She was on the pitch and key. There wasn't a bum note in sight. And the song is different. It is dynamic. And Romania knows how to stage. Last year's staging was ridiculous. But, I mean, they at least have budget to stage. And honestly, what was given in the national selection, I liked. And I even liked the creepy guy with the guitar. I don't know if that was even a guitar. I think it was a guitar. But the creepy guy with the guitar was cool. We need to bring him to Tel Aviv, because that was the thing. He was playing a character, and I like that. Okay. So Adam, I know Adam. Alesia, remember us sitting in Eurofan Cafe in Stockholm, screaming in awkward laughter at Azerbaijan's vocals to Miracle? Sweet memories. They were sweet memories. And do you think Azerbaijan will get back in form this year? I do. I think Azerbaijan comes to win. They play to win. And I know that they were not happy about not qualifying last year. I would not have been happy if I was them either. So I do think Azerbaijan is going to come back with quality. I think they're going to be coming back kicking with a bop, and it's going to be good. So I will say that. So Rydis asks, Alesia, any thoughts about Lithuania, and is there a video coming about it? You will see my reaction to Lithuania with Eurovision Hub. As some of you know, I do reaction videos with Eurovision Hub. So you'll see my reaction to Lithuania there. I probably will not do an independent reaction to it on my channel, because for me, Lithuania is a hard meh. You know, the guy is very good looking. His vocal is very nice. I really do like his vocal. I mean, he definitely has the range, but the song itself is just like meh. And I don't see this in my final. And yeah, meh. So let's wait. Simple things. Anyone else disappointed with this year's songs compared to the really amazing year last year? Look, you know, every year can't be great. And I was hopeful that this year would be great, because I just think Israel, there's going to be I think there's going to be a fun atmosphere, a party atmosphere there. I think, you know, the clubs stay late, the restaurants stay open late. So, you know, we will be able to be out at 4 a.m. living our best lives. And I am looking forward to that. So I was looking forward to some bops to jam along with. And I do think we are taking a little bit of a backseat this year. I do think the quality has dropped a little bit, but we still have some songs to come. And so everything that could be coming could be fire. So I am always hopeful because that's what I want. So Nadab asked me, what are your thoughts on the host and the arena? Honestly, I don't really ever have thoughts on the host until I see them because so much of it is chemistry and so much of it is them working together. I think the arena will be fine, I guess. I don't really have any thoughts. For me, I'm just an American. I show up, I bring my bags, I bring my camera, and I just hope to have a nice show. So looking forward to that. Yeah, someone asked me like my thoughts on the stage. Again, until I see the performances on it, I don't really have any thoughts. Yes. And so Amandio says, Alesia, I do think juries last 2 years always push Sweden much higher than they should. And Australia, what do you think? Well, honestly, I think that the juries have been, well, the juries were a little bit too nice to Australia last year. And that is true tea. The vocal was, I never heard the vocal for Australia's song last year done well. And I thought Australia's song last year was by far the weakest song that they've ever sent to Eurovision. But this year we're back. And this year, Australia deserves all the love from the juries and from the televote if they even get any televote points. Since y'all don't seem to want to get points, I'm semi-joking. Okay. Albania. Yes, people have been asking me about Albania because I really haven't talked a lot about Albania. The thing is, when I hear the song, it gives me chills. I really like it. I have Albania in my good category. I do. I have Albania in my good category. The thing is just we know Albania has a hard time qualifying. I don't know, but like I said, the song does give me chills, and it takes us somewhere. There's definite levels to the song, and I think that should always be applauded. Miguel Ramos says Australia is bad. Well, I'm sorry you think that because I think Australia is giving us Sarah Brightman, Ellie Goulding realness, and I am into it. But I will say that I am a huge Sarah Brightman fan, and anyone who subscribes to my channel knows that I really do love Sarah Brightman. Okay, Baris Colmer says, did you watch 2003 Eurovision winner Sertab Every Way That I Can? Yes. Daniel G. Alesia, what do you think about Austria's singer? I don't think a lot. I haven't really dug into that. Nova, what do you think about Switzerland? I don't know. I haven't dug into that. Stebo says Albania seems to be forgotten by the fans because, well, the national selection is the first final that comes around. And, you know, to be honest, I do think that Albania should consider moving around. I do think it kind of hurts them a little bit that they come out so early. But again, I mean, if you've got a great song and it's really good, then you being first, then everyone has to kind of get compared to you. So maybe Albania should really just be rethinking their national selection process altogether, as far as, you know, how they are attracting artists that are giving forward-thinking, current, and Eurovision competitive music, how they are like recruiting those people. Megan says, do you think we've heard the winner yet? Honestly, maybe. I don't think we've gotten our top 5, and I don't think we've got our top 3 as a lock yet. But I think we could have heard our winner yet. Someone asked, Alexander asked, Alesia, when are you going to react to the live performance by Conan? I am not reacting to any national selection performances. I am only reacting to the winners. And I will tell you why I am doing that, because let's talk about Hungary. That's a nice little segue into talking about Hungary. Okay. Yoki Papai's song is good. I actually have it in my good category, and I have it in my good, actually, no, I have it in my excellent category. I moved it to my excellent category because I had to get over the fact that the middle tones did not win and aren't going to represent Hungary. And the reason why I was a little bit disappointed at Hungary's winner and it being Yoki Papai is just because I think Origo is better. I think Origo is a stronger song. I think it grabs you more. Now, with that said, this song is still really good. And compared to a lot of the other songs that are just kind of like, oh, it's good, this one is better than a lot of those. It is better. It's ethnic. There's a personal story to it. It is sung well. We will have good staging. So I have moved Hungary over. But I'm not going to lie. I did a reaction video to just the snippets of Adal, and I like the middle tone song a lot. And I think that that song could have potentially been top 5 at Eurovision. We shall see. So RM says, what do you think about Slovenia this year? Well, I'm glad you asked. I've had some time to marinate, and I have Slovenia in my excellent category. I have it in my excellent category because Slovenia's is good. It's really good. It's forward thinking. It's current. It's just, yeah. And the thing is, even if I do think we need to rethink this, I like the projections. I understand that they're just going to stand in one place, but I think that there are things that we could do as far as camera angles. I think there are things that we could do as far as maybe some CG stuff. I don't know. Maybe something. I have something in my brain that I think would be really dope. But the song, it's ethereal. It's atmospheric. It's good. Slovenia, I mean, yeah, I'm into it. So hold on, pause, pause. I am going to give you all of my categories. So I said that I have the songs, the countries all in categories right now. So let's start with my no category. I already told you, but some people might have just joined. So I am about, drum roll, I guess, I'm about to give you like where everything is stacking up. And then maybe I'll go in and talk about some of these things in detail. So hold your comments, and let me go through these. So the no category is Croatia and Montenegro. Obvious reasons. I've already talked about it. We don't have to go back and focus on that because it's a no. My meh category right now, I've got France in there, and I've got France in there because I've yet to hear Bilal sing this basic pop song, pop R&B track properly. And until I hear it sung properly, I am not hopeful. Also, France has failed us time and time again when it comes to the staging. So the staging is probably not going to lift it up anymore either. So tears. That's how I feel about that. And maybe I have to also say this because maybe some of you guys don't know, I am queer. So I am like pretty active in the queer community here in DC because I am a part of it. So like this idea of people just voting for it because it's like a queer artist, like I'm not just going to vote for a performer because they're Black. Like I'm not just going to vote for someone because they're queer. And like I've seen a lot of queer performers who are amazing vocalists. Throwing it out there, Australia 2000 and whatever. We should not just be rewarding people because they have a platform. I think there are plenty of people at this point in Eurovision who have not only a platform and a message, but good styling, good staging, good vocals, and a good song. And that's how I feel about that. I have Denmark in my meh category. And honestly, the song really isn't my taste. It really isn't like the type of music that I personally like to listen to. So keeping that in mind, it probably could be good in my good category, but it's just meh for me. And it's meh for me because I think the styling is wrong. I think the staging is wrong. And for a song that's so like, love is forever, the staging was so navy blue and gray and dark. It was almost like Soylent Green. It just seemed kind of like morose staging wise. I also have Germany in my meh category. And honestly, Germany, I might be able to get with the song And I will tell you, that Germany might be able to get it because there is a moment in that song when they do, because like the first sister, the like sister, I'm like, girl, no, sister, no, no. And then they do that sister with the stacked harmony. That moment actually had me a little like, ooh, I like them notes. I like that piece. And it made me take the song a little bit more serious. Um, yeah, but again, I have Germany in my meh category. And the other reason why I have Germany in my meh category is y'all know I always want Germany to do well because sometimes I do think they don't get ranked as high as they could be ranked. You know, they are Big Five. They go direct to the final. Last year, I loved Michael Schultz's song. But Real Talk Sister is probably going to be in one of the 20th positions in Tel Aviv. And so, yeah. Now, Fernando Sa says Germany could have sent Ali Ryan. Sisters is not bad. Now, I'm going to tell you about Ali Ryan. I did see that performance. First of all, that vocal was not where it needed to be. She wasn't doing enough choreography. And the vocal was just like, okay. And it was just too derivative of Dua Lipa for my personal taste. And honestly, I'm not even really a big Dua Lipa fan. So if something's derivative of something that I'm already kind of like meh about, like I'm obviously not going to buy like the Bobo version of it. Like I'd at least get name brand. And a little bit of backstory. So I saw Dua Lipa when she opened for Bruno Mars. And this was only like a year ago. So this wasn't even like that long ago. And this girl was dancing offbeat to her own track, and it was just real. And the vocal was not really that good. So after that, I'm not gonna lie, like even though the songs are cute and everything, I haven't gotten past that yet. And maybe like a year from now I will. But yeah, and even Ali Ryan looks kind of like Dua Lipa except blonde. So why you would want to even make those comparisons, I just is beyond me. I don't understand why anyone would do that. The squirrel says Ali Ryan was a queen. Okay, cool. And then James says Dua Lipa is a queen. Shut up. Well, I'm not going to shut up. You can actually just leave if you want. But like I said, you know, I'm just not a huge Dua Lipa fan. Like I'm not going to like every single person. I like some of the music, but again, I saw her live and I wasn't really impressed. So I just haven't gotten past that. So yeah. Moving on. Oh, and Lithuania is the final bucket of my meh category. But I will say he's very cute and he has the range. So yeah. Yeah. Adam says, do you think MARUV could have won if she weren't disqualified? I don't know if it could have won, but I do think it could have come like top 5. I really do. Film 40 says, are you sad Bulgaria won't participate this year? I am. I am actually very sad that Bulgaria is not participating. They've been giving us quality. I have enjoyed a lot of their recent entries. You know, I think it's unfortunate, but you know what? I commend Bulgaria for being like, you know what? We can't quite do it this year in the way that we want to. So we're going to sit our butts down, as opposed to a country like, I don't know, Ukraine, who has a whole entire national selection, who has somebody drop out, ask someone else to step in. And then that person that you asked to step in wins, and then they can't perform because you want to throw some ridiculous contract in their face. So there we go. Nakomi's fan 5 says Monica was robbed so much. Yeah, maybe. Tobias says Alesia Michelle Hatari. Is Hatari that Iceland thing? Is that what Hatari is? Y'all know I'm not watching the national selections right now. Like, you guys know that, right? I'm not doing it because I want to be excited. Oh, yes. So Hatari is the Iceland thing. I just searched it. I thought that was scary. I thought that was scary. I was sort of like oddly into like the chorus part, but all of like the stuff was just like, no, thank you. No, thank you. Just not my thing. Um, so, okay. So in my good category, I have 7 songs, and let me just run through the 7 songs I have in my good category, and then I'll tell you the 4 songs I have in my excellent category. So in my good category, I have Spain, Albania, Czech Republic, the UK, Latvia, Estonia, and Romania. And in my excellent category, I have Australia, Italy, Slovenia, and Hungary. I don't think I've talked about Estonia yet, so I will talk about that quickly. Um, yeah. So Estonia, I think is great. I think we just need to lose that backup singer coming on stage. We don't need her. She could stay backstage. We don't need her. We don't need that moment. And we can just focus on the good-looking guy singing, you know, the Stieg Rasta Avicii bop that I really like. I really like Estonia's. I think the staging is also good. Pick it up, bring it to Tel Aviv, and you know, leave the lady backstage. It's totally fine. Um, uh, let's say, so Miguel Ramos says Bones was robbed last year. Yeah, Bones was great. Mark Lynch says, Alesia, will you react to Junior Eurovision later this year? I will not. I will never react to Junior Eurovision. I think the kids should just sing and have fun together, and I don't really want to react or do anything with it. Also, I have to say I do have a full-time job. If anyone like follows me on Twitter, you can see I work at a national organization in the United States, and it's actually kind of like a big deal. So I don't really have a lot of time. So even like this time of year gets really, really, really hectic for me just doing Eurovision, but I love it. So to pick up anything Junior Eurovision would truly be too much. And I still want to have somewhat of a personal life. Okay. What James says, Estonia, I'm excited about. I'm waiting for Finland and Darude. Yes, I am excited about Finland too. I'm really excited about Finland. Magic Marky says, Alesia, do you have high expectations on Austria? I don't think I really have high expectations for Austria. I don't. But also, I kind of wouldn't mind if Austria just sent something. Well, I guess, I don't know. I just don't really want Austria to win. I just think that there are some countries who have been coming with heat and quality that have done, that have some songs that I think could do really well. And I just always, and maybe this is just like the American in me, I kind of look forward to countries that have never won before winning, especially when they are consistently good and give us quality. So I am curious about Armenia. I am curious about Cyprus. Low-key, I'm even curious about a Croatia, but this year is not the year. So yeah. Nico says, oh, we appreciate you making the time to make these Eurovision videos. You are one of the best Eurovision related channels. Thank you. Okay. I can't really say this username. Y'all's usernames are wild. So just kudos to you, because some of these I'm like, I don't even know if I remember typing this, because this just looks like a whole bunch of letters put together to me. So if Monsters almost failed to qualify, Darude will flop even harder. I disagree with that. I think, we live in a world where electronic music is like the thing and definitely the next level. And I think Darude could do something super dope. I just wonder how juries will respond to it, but I do think televoters could save it. And I do think Darude is kind of like iconic. I mean, right? I mean, kind of iconic. So I think even some of those jurors are going to have like some nostalgic feelings about what they produce and what they give. Okay. Bears, Czech Republic is just like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Okay. So Yolanda asks, Alesia, what are your thoughts about Sergei's return to Eurovision? I'm excited. I'm ready. To be honest, although I liked 1944, when it came to me being in Stockholm, Sweden, and seeing You're the Only One, And on the night of the finals, Sergey was my winner. I mean, 1944 was like my number 2, but Sergey was my winner. So I think he's going to come back. I think he's going to come back with heat. I think he's going to come back with something really, really good. Yeah. So I am going to go to, I haven't talked about Latvia. I will say that Latvia is very much so my style. I like folk music. I really, really, really do. Someone says, could the jury stop Sergey from winning again? I don't think this year. Ener H says, do you think Spain can win this year? I don't. But I think they will have their best showing of the last 5 years. I think they're going to rank much higher than they have been. So that'll be great. Yeah, so Latvia, the thing about the song is it needs to be reworked production-wise. And honestly, all they have to do, they really, really, really have to do the love. She says that 2 times, that love break, and then goes back to the chorus, which doesn't even make any like logical song structuring sense. She could at least do the love part maybe 5 or 6 times and give us like a proper bridge so that the song isn't so monotonous. I really do think that Latvia has potential if they would only consider reworking that song to give us some levels. I believe it could happen. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. I haven't really talked about the Czech Republic, even though I have talked about it. So the Czech Republic, I don't understand. First of all, I don't understand why all y'all were hating on that national selection in the way that you were when we had some far weaker national selections out there, but I digress. I think Friend of a Friend is cute. And now that we're getting a lot of these songs in, I hope that I'm not the only person who sees that this song is refreshing. It is a breath of fresh air. And we saw them perform it live at Ukraine's national selection, and they performed it well. They performed it live very, very well. I think, I'm not saying that this is like top 10 quality, but I do think people are kind of forgetting about and not looking at the full picture of what we have. And this song stands out. It's fresh, it's fun, and it's light. And comparing that to like Denmark's song, which in theory should be doing the same thing, but they drag it down with that drab styling and staging. I just cannot. What else do we have? Mr. Timo wants me to talk about Germany again, but you guys, I mean, why don't y'all tell him in the comments what I said about Germany, because I don't think I need to go back and talk about it. Let's see. Adam Shepard says, where do you think the UK will place? I think they could place higher than Lucy Jones. I'm saying it right now. You heard it here first. Because that vocal, it elevates the song, and the UK is going to elevate that song with the staging. We could be having a nice moment, a nice vocal moment on our hands with that. So Trisha, hold on. Hey. Oh, Trisha. Hey, I would love to see the USA enter the contest someday, but I don't know if we would ruin it. Whatever though, right? Oh my God, don't come for me. Okay, Trisha, I'm not coming for you. I don't think that we should participate in Eurovision. I think if anything, I think it could be fun for us to do like a nice little battle of the states, because to be honest, I just feel like American Idol shouldn't even be on television right now in the same format that it's in. I haven't watched American Idol in years. I think the last season I watched of American Idol was maybe like when Carrie Underwood won, because after that, it just got so monotonous and boring. However, if they wanted me to tune in again, I would have been down for like not a battle of the states, but a battle of like the regions. So you'd have like the Northeast, you'd have like, you know, maybe like American Southwest, you'd have like West Coast, you'd have East Coast, the South, Midwest, I think if we did like a battle of the regions and maybe did it like The Voice style, where you get a coach who's like from the area, I don't know, like maybe Justin Timberlake could be like the South, maybe like the West Coast. We could have like, who would I like for the West Coast? I don't know. Well, maybe just like low-key Ice Cube. Just have like Ice Cube do it, because that would just be like dope. That would actually be my vision. I just don't think that we as Americans should ever participate in Eurovision, but I am happy that we are broadcasting the final. I'm not happy that it's on like kind of buried in cable on Logo. And I wish that if Logo has the deal to broadcast it, that they would at least give us the semifinals, since in America we're blocked from it. But you know what? I can't even complain, because you know what that makes me do? It makes me get my plane ticket and actually go see it live. So then I get to be in all the action and I don't have to miss out or watch it on a rinky-dink tiny TV screen or something like that. Okay. What do we have? What do we have? ESC Jardim. You say, watch the UK open the show or be song number 2 in the final. Well, that's possible. That is possible. But I am hopeful, because I think once we see that staging again, this could be a really big moment, and maybe it'll close out the second half. Maybe. I don't know. Natalie Shaw says PBS should broadcast Eurovision, and I couldn't agree with you more. I actually fully agree that we should have PBS pick it up. So then Pogo, I can't say this all, but do you think Mahmoud has a good pace hype right now? I mean, unlike Francesco Gabbani when he blew up and then burned out fast, is the hype of Soldi not too big? Look, Soldi, I'm gonna be honest. Soldi is like really my number one. I did like a top video and I have Australia as my number one. And I have Australia as my number one sort of because I feel like I know what that package is going to be. And I trust Australia with the staging. And I do think Australia will pare things down and will make it a tasteful package that we will all digest and eat up. I also think the song is great. But I mean, the song that I'm like, I would play in my car, play for my friends, and I think could do really well, and I think is absolutely worthy of a win, of course, is Soldi. I also would love to go to Italy. Italy would put on a great show. They would be a great host for Eurovision. So I think Mahmoud is on a nice track. I think it helped maybe that MARUV, all this MARUV stuff is happening, because it shifted the conversation and sort of shifted our focus a little bit on to her performance. And, you had a lot of people like, oh, okay, now like Italy's not my top anymore. MARUV is. But I think too, we have to think about like who's gonna host it next. Like, do y'all want to go to Ukraine? Talk to me in the comments. Let me know. Like, would you want to go to Ukraine? Because from what I heard, the production in Ukraine on the back end side was not the best, was not the tightest, and didn't they lose a whole bunch of money in foolishness? So like, I hate to say that we should think about where we want to go, but I think we should think about where we want to go. Just throwing it out there. Okay. So what else do we have? Eurovision fan says, thoughts on Tamara returning from Macedonia this year. I think it could be good. But again, I'm not getting my hopes up about the song, because I have just been insulted so many times by the staging that I was given by Macedonia with these amazing, amazing songs. Like, look, Macedonia, we want you to win. We want you to win. Like, when you give us a good song, we love it. Now just give us some staging to match, unless you don't want to host. Unless you don't want to host. Oh my goodness, I have a friend calling me right now who wants to FaceTime me. And I think I'm actually going to let them. Hold on. I cannot talk to you right now because I'm live right now on YouTube. And there are 250 people watching me, so I cannot talk to you right now.
Wait, you live on what?
I'm live on YouTube.
Oh, how can I find you? I gotta get on there.
I'm hanging up. Bye. See, all my American friends just messing up my Eurovision flow. All right. Okay. So, Okay, Tamara deserves to be in the final this time. She was legit robbed in 2008. I do low-key agree with you. I legitimately agree with you on that. Constantino says ESC in Cyprus would be lit, but expensive. Blame the euro. Well, I would love to go to Cyprus. I would budget. I would save all my pennies, my coins, everything to go there because I mean, Cyprus is a beautiful country and I would love to go. I have no objections. I have no objections with that. Okay. Okay. Adam is asking me, Alesia, quick dip back into the question. Do you agree that Melfest 2019 is the weakest overall year since the semifinals began in 2002? If not, which? I don't know if I would say this is the weakest year overall. But I will say this has been the boringest Melfest to follow in recent years. And part of that was because when they did the year where Laureen was robbed and she should have been in the final, sorry, Anton Hogman, like it was not your year. It was Laureen's year again. Um, I I think that year they sort of packed it with almost like too many stars that I think there now is a little bit of like a gap, if that makes any sense. I think we packed it too hard with all of those stars, and now those people are tired and they need a break. I mean, like Mariette can't perform in Melfest every year. Like Ace Wilder needs to take a break so that she could collaborate with other artists and give us beautiful entries like Malu Prize, I think is what her name is, Malu Prize. We need our like seasoned artists to get a little bit of a break. So we can't have these seasoned people come in every year. But this year, I mean, there was nothing really making me like, ooh, I gotta watch Melfest this year. Whereas I feel like in other years, I definitely felt like, man, I really don't want to follow because it's so much. And it's like a Saturday afternoon where I should be taking a disco nap before I go out to the club, but just saying. But this year was just sort of meh for me. But again, I do think that we have some really good songs in Melfest, and I'm curious to see where Sweden goes, because especially after what happened to them in the televote last year, I think Europe gave Sweden a little bit of a referendum on sending good looking guys singing, perfectly fine pop songs. We get it. You can do that. That's safe for you. Give us something a little bit riskier. Take a risk. Or send us a cute girl singing some pop songs. Like girls can sing cute pop songs too. Like Malu Prize. I like that song. I do. You do you. Ah, yes. Love it. Okay. Nadav asked me, what is my favorite national selection? I mean, overall, I would say my favorite probably is Melodifestivalen, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I love Sweden. I love visiting Sweden. I have a lot of friends in Sweden, and Swedes take it seriously, so it makes it fun for me to follow it because they're taking it seriously. But I did say last year that Estonia has been knocking on my door. Just saying, Estonia has been knocking on my door, and Adal was really strong this year. Also, I hate to say, I mean, Destination Eurovision hasn't been around that long. And it's kind of crazy because I feel like Destination Eurovision was a very, very strong national selection. But then I kind of feel meh about Bilal representing. Yeah, I sort of feel meh about Bilal representing. So it's a little bit like complicated, I guess, because it's like, well, how could you have such a good, strong national selection and then like one of the song that wins, I feel meh about. But Destination Eurovision is definitely going to be a destination for me at some point, especially because that's like the one language that I actually speak outside of English. Okay, wait. So I see someone sending me something with a whole bunch of rolling eyes. So I feel like I gotta look at this comment if I can get to it. Okay. Maybe, no, maybe not. I guess I can't get to it. Amandi Armandio says, whatever Sweden chooses, the jury will always keep them from top 5. Last year, the performance was bad because the dance moves were creepy and the performance didn't respect the work to build that stage. Okay, I'm thinking that that comment was a joke. So Daniel G asked, what do you think about Lena from Germany? She won 2010 in Oslo. 2010 Oslo, that was the first Eurovision Song Contest that I was able to watch live. I was watching it live, online streaming it. So it has a special place in my heart. And I did love Lena. But I will say, the second song I liked, but her return I liked better. Taken by a Stranger. I really like that. Andrew, who do you think is the most overhyped act so far this year? Well, honestly, I think the most hype right now is around Italy, and I think that all of that is deserved. You know, yeah, I don't really think we're in overhyped territory. Well, actually, no, we are in overhyped territory. France. That's actually my answer. I think France is being overhyped this year because I just don't think the song is that good. Sorry. Universal says, who do you predict will have a better song, Rude or Sergei Lazarev? Sergei Lazarev. React 2 says, I love Meru. I love her. I think she's great. Peter Millar says, I think Cyprus, Italy, Sweden, and the Netherlands are seeming the most promising to win. I don't disagree with that, but I think Australia is in there. And I think Slovenia, for me, Slovenia is definitely like the dark horse of this year. I think that song is, it's hypnotic. It really is hypnotic. Marius says, are you looking forward to the Belgian entry and do you think they will be successful again? I am looking forward to the Belgian entry. I am looking forward to it. I'm curious, but I have no clue what it's going to be. So right now I'm simply curious. So here we go. Okay. Wait. So wait, Fernando Sa, are Kino, is that confirmed that Kino and Moreland are representing Norway? Wait, do we know? Can someone tell me what's going on with Norway? Because, you know, like I said, I'm not following the national selections this year. I don't want to do it because I just want to be excited for Eurovision, and I don't want to be like, damn, that song should have gone instead of this one, and then I'm just mad the whole time because I'm like, well, you know, and some of that is unfair because, you know, I do judge the song a little bit differently if I feel like there was something stronger left behind, unfortunately. CBXO says, can Sweden even win again in the next 5 years? I think they can. I don't see why not. Sweden has quality and they've got great artists and they take the contest seriously. So, yep. The comment that I cannot see, great Awas Nixon, I don't know. Do you want Petra to host again? You know, I would love that. I would love it. But how about we do like a girl power duo and have her and Sarah Dawn Finer? I think that would be really cute. And then have me in the green room. Perfect. I am Robot. SD Lau is really interesting most years. Yes, SD Lau is definitely becoming one of the national selections that is on my list to potentially travel for if, you know, I ever have the time to travel. Okay, Eurovision fan. Oh, I just lost your Eurovision fan. Thoughts on Serhat returning for San Marino this year? I think it's great. Why not? Yeah. And honestly, Serhat will be a nice reset because real talk, Jessica, I don't know. And someone should, you know, if you know Jessica in Malta, I had a really nice conversation with her in Euro Club last year. And she was really discouraged. Like, you know, I don't know if I'll ever come back. And she should. She just needs to come back and leave Jenny B on the block that she came from in Germany. Attempting to rap. My goodness. Okay. Oh, and it's like after 5 here in America, so I'm finally getting to my happy hour. Okay. Nebosia Suzik, Slovenia is nice for now. I think that we don't have the winner. Yeah, we might not have our winner, but I don't know. I kind of think we do. I don't know why. I kind of think that we might have our winner already. Again, I don't think we have our top 3. I don't think we have our top 5, but yes, we will see. So let me get in these comments again. Is a bad fish asked, do you think internal selection is better or national selection? I am a big believer in the internal selection. I'm a huge believer in the internal selection. Why Poland has not just called Margaret is legitimately beyond me, and I don't know if they feel bitter. But Poland, when you want to win, go on and call Margaret, and we, the Eurovision fan base, me and myself at least, I can speak for myself, will probably support you if you give us a good song. If you give us a good song. Okay. Luis, I love you too. Honestly, can I just say, really random, I've got 237 people watching right now, and I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Every single view is really appreciated. I started doing all of this because I was an American. None of my friends were into this, and I wanted to talk to people. And I felt like by blogging, I didn't really get the interaction that I could get. Even just talking on Twitter, you know, sometimes it just seems like you're shouting out into the Twitterverse and no one's really talking back. And in starting my channel and doing all of this stuff, I feel like I now have people to talk to. So I really do thank you, thank you, thank you all. I am like the most appreciative, humble, like, well, I'm not humble. I don't know if I'm humble, but this is very humbling, I will say. It's very humbling to do this stuff. And every single view, every single comment, I really, really do appreciate it. Copyright Breaker 22 says, what are you drinking? I am drinking a whiskey ginger with some lime, which I might have to like refill soon because I'm going to like kill this. So Lee Ellis says, so what song is repeatedly in your head that you can't stop singing? Honestly, what is the song that pops up in your head? Go. So I can't really sing it, but in my head, it's like, and it feels like it's Australia. I actually woke up the other day with Australia. Like I woke up and it was just like, hey, you, what? So yeah, that one has been stuck in my head legitimately. Amando, about the Swedish Slasher, what I said about not respecting the stage was my opinion for real. It's not a joke. Yeah, no, I really like, I love Benjamin. I think he's just a really great performer. I like the staging. I do think his vocal was weaker than it should have been. And this is why I say, like with young performers, you really have to make sure that the young performers, are being vigilant about not talking. Shut up. You have to do all these interviews and things like that. But then sometimes you have to sit around and not talk. It is the best, easiest, quickest way to preserve your voice when you are doing all of this stuff, because you've got 3 rehearsals. And to be honest, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I don't even understand why some of these singers are singing in these rehearsals, because I'll be real with you. To run it 3 times, like I don't need to. I could sing my vocal like once. Now, if the sound quality is trash, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna do it again. But to me, the rehearsals at that point, it's not for the vocalist to get their vocal. It's really for them to know where to stand, for the cameras to be set up, to like get all that technical stuff in order. But once you got my levels right, I don't need to be singing. And I'm not about to be wasting my voice like these pipes on a rehearsal when you got a jury show and you got an international broadcast to feature your voice. React to question, what are your thoughts on Madonna? Yeah, I'm not gonna get anyone to balk like a chicken. But Madonna, yeah, if Madonna's the interval act, like, okay. But I don't know, maybe this is my American opinion. To me, I don't even really need an interval act. And if I'm going to get an interval act, I appreciate the interval acts that are showing me like the top artists from your country. You know, I want to hear, you know, what are Israeli folks like? What's your top Israeli artist right now? Like, give them that platform. Like, we don't need to see Madonna live. Like, we got DVDs and shows and concerts to go to do that. But that's just my opinion. Is a bad fish. Do you think the Netherlands should send a song in Dutch? Sure, why not? Oh, Gian, what do I think about the artist that's going to be representing Greece? I'm curious. I'm curious because y'all know Greece's the studio cut last year. I loved that song. I love that song. And I felt I was really disappointed with the staging. And I told y'all, I mean, you can look back at my video where I did my reaction to the first rehearsal. I was just disappointed. I was just disappointed. Ener H says, would you like to see Bosnia and Herzegovina back in Eurovision? I would love to see like every country that could participate in Eurovision participate in Eurovision. Low key, the more songs, the better. Okay. ESC Jardim, sorry, can we talk about how amazing Netta will be in Tel Aviv? I agree. I'm looking forward to that show. I'm looking forward to Netta performing, so she'll probably be at one of the semis. You could full on have her perform at the final again too, because she's great. Daniel Turley, hey, who do you think could surprise us or is being underrated so far? I think Czech Republic is being underrated. I think the song is so catchy. I think it's going to get way more televote points than folks might think. And I think it'll get more jury points than people might think. You know, I don't know if it's a lock for the final because we haven't gotten all of our songs. But I do think people are kind of sleeping on Czech Republic. And, well, I should say people in the fandom. I think the fan base, I think, are sleeping on Czech Republic. But I don't think that we should. And definitely Slovenia is going to creep up. Slovenia is going to creep up. ESC Romania. Do you think Romania could qualify this year based on the song so far? Yeah, I think Romania is probably going to qualify. I'm not really nervous about that. Okay. Is a bad fish. Which semifinal do you think will be stronger? I actually did break down what I thought, and it's still too tricky for me. I feel like I need more songs right now. I need more songs. I think let me pull up my notes. I mean, really, I do need more songs. I can't really fully say like what I think is going to be stronger or not, but yeah, I'm going to check right now my notes. But in the meantime, okay. Adam says, Adam Jowett says, if Ukraine sends a replacement for MARUV, could it be their first non-qualification? Yeah. Yeah. Ben NT, do you follow any bloggers? I will say I don't really watch anyone else's like reaction videos or opinion videos before I record mine because I want to make sure that I'm kind of like untainted and I'm like really just giving like my opinion and not thinking about what other people are doing. But I mean, I follow, I guess, like the usual suspects, but I would say outside of Eurovision, I follow Funky Dineva. I love Funky Dineva. Okay. Nacho asks, thoughts on songwriters having multiple songs at the contest, aka Laurel. Well, here's the thing. If you are good, then you're good. And if you are a country that might be lacking in good songwriters or you've yet to have a good song, please, for our sake, get someone good to do the job. I don't mind that at all. I think, songwriters, it's their job. This is their livelihood. This is what they do for a living. And I think, let professionals be professionals, and do it. Okay. Ener asks, will you travel to Tel Aviv this year for Eurovision? Of course. I've talked about that on social media. Okay, so it's Malu Preetz, not Prize. Okay. Malu Preetz. Love her. That's really who true story. Malu Preetz should probably represent Sweden. this year. And I said that I was going to talk about Melfest, and we really didn't get into Melfest that deep. I am disappointed with what Jan Henrik gave us. I think all of the two other entries were stronger. They were better. This one is probably like his weakest entry. With that said, do I think it would be a bad idea for Sweden to send Jan Henrik? No. I think it would be a good idea for them to cleanse their palate of, you know, cute pop singing boys, and to give us something ethnic, to give us something authentic, and to give us like a serious artist. But again, I think Malu Preetz is giving us a package that we can all rally behind and support. Yeah, just straight up support. I think Malu Preetz is giving us something really, really great. And let's say, Gian Cristianto, do you think Germany doesn't have potential at all? How do I want to put this? The thing is, I'm judging it not just based off the song, I'm also judging it off Germany's track record. And if I'm going to make an educated opinion about this, my educated opinion is that Germany is probably going to come in 20-somethingth position. It is what it is. We can't all be top 10. Daniel G, do you like the new or old voting system more? How about this? I'll say this. I think that the jury should be 40% and the televote should be 60%. That's that's point blank what I think. I think, yeah, jury should be 40% just to make sure, you know, we have some like professionals like kind of weighing in. And I think the televote, because honestly, I think the televote has been more right than it has been wrong lately. That's my personal opinion in following the contest. I think the televote has been more right than they have been wrong. Whereas to me, the jury, I've looked at some of these jury results and just been like, what? Like, what music professional, who are you? And like, what instrument do you play? What song have you written? Where have you sang? And where is your record deal? It's like crazy. Ricardo, what is your opinion on wee wee blogs? They're great. Yeah, they're great. I don't have any opinion. Swoopify, what do you think about John Lundvik's song? I think it's fine. You know, and I don't know if maybe this is my American opinion, but like, there's nothing really fresh about the song. Like, there's nothing really new about it. I grew up in I guess in the gospel tradition. So I've heard songs like this my whole life. So it's nothing about it that's really fresh to me. I think he is by far one of the most likable people in this fandom, just in the whole Melfest Eurovision. I mean, he's just so likable, and he's super talented. I will say, though, my mom, now this is a little bit shady, but this is not me. This is what my mom said. My mom said that he needed to be in a boy band and that he shouldn't be a solo artist. And so that's what Verna said. But my mom also loved Malu. She said by far, Malu, I showed my mom all of the direct to final folks for Melfest. And my mom was like, oh, she's the best. And she said Malu is the best by far. So pat yourself on the back, Malu and team, because Verna approved. Alice Dare says, would you change the juries to make sure that Eurofans have a say? I mean, I don't think that Eurofans should necessarily be on juries unless you have some type of musical background. And I mean that by you have performed somewhere, you have written a song. I think that that is a very important skill to have, and not everyone has that. So yeah. Joanna says, when I heard the Estonia song this year, I thought it was Sweden's. You know, to be honest, it does have a Swedish feel because it's got that Avicii feel. But like, Estonia is not that far from Sweden. So, you know, I mean, and music is universal. So here we go. I cannot pronounce this person's name, but I will try. Casper Mashota. What do you think about Tulia from Poland? They're giving us some ethnic stuff too. Yeah, I guess it's going to be ethnic, but I think it's tricky because I didn't think that this year was going to be as ethnic heavy as it has been. And like, is Poland going to give us something better than Hungary? I doubt it. Is Poland going to give us something better than Albania? Maybe. Who else has given us? Well, I think that I think we're going to have some ethnic songs. So I think it just depends. I think it just depends. So, so Lee Ellis, Electric Fields, Eurovision needs this, yes or no? I mean, you know, to be honest, this is the issue with national selections that I kind of have. It's sort of unfortunate where you have, I hate to say like a glut of talent because that's a good thing, but it's also kind of a negative thing because, you know, when you have like a Melfest, when you have honestly like a Destination Eurovision too, you have Australia Decides, you know, there are so many great singers and performers, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate because yeah, there is such a glut of talent in those places, and so when you enroll there, I mean, honestly, Electric Fields should have just went over to Croatia and just been like, "Hey, let us help you out a little bit. Like, we got you." Let's see. Do I have anything else? Okay, Copyright Breaker 22. Should Sweden send something in Swedish? Not any of the songs in Swedish that are at Melfest right now. Xavier, do you think some of the big 5 countries shouldn't go direct to the final? You pay your money. They get to go direct to the final. To be honest, I actually think it almost works more to their disadvantage, the fact that they go direct to the final, because people, I think that idea of like you have to build like a buzz for your song because you want to make it to the final, I think more work goes into that. And I hate to say that the big 5 countries aren't as vigilant about that marketing, but they aren't, you know, because they don't really have to be because they're already in the final. And what ends up happening is you end up getting buzz around a lot of other songs because people are focused on those songs. So they're like, oh, this has to make the final. This has to make the final. You don't have to have that same energy around a big 5 song. Yeah, with that said, though, here we have Italy just with a good quality song, I think firmly at the top of a lot of people's Eurovision rankings this year. So, Joel, what do you think about the music Telemovis? You think he will win Festival de Canção and Hypothesis of Any? I said this earlier in my stream, but I really like that song. I don't know if he will win Festival da Canção because I'm not Portuguese and I can't really take the pulse of that competition. But if that went to Eurovision, do I think it would have the potential to win? Yes. Yes. I would probably put Telemovis over Italy for me. I like them both equally, but I like the weirdness of, I mean, this is the thing. When I listen to Telemovis, it makes me want to move my body. Like, it point blank makes me want to move my body. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say. What other things do we have? Someone asked, would you go to Amsterdam 2020? I'd love to go to Amsterdam 2020. And I have friends in Amsterdam and the Netherlands. So I would love that. And I think the Netherlands is on its way to winning. And I think honestly, and I did sort of, I don't know if anyone follows my channel, you will know that I stopped talking about the Netherlands entry last year. And I don't want to go back in time, but I do think that, how do I put it? I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it because I'm drinking and who cares? And I don't really have anything to lose. I had like the most unfortunate conversation with Waylon last year that was so problematic and troubling to me that it then, I hate to say it, put a sour taste in my mouth about traveling to the Netherlands, but it made me as a queer Black woman feel slightly uncomfortable about thinking about traveling there. Now, he is just one person. I know that, and I am like the most optimistic, hopeful person, but oh my God, it was just, ugh, it was just like, oh my gosh, like no, no. Yeah, so I just stopped talking about the entry, and I also had like a whole bunch of like trolls from the Netherlands like attacking me on Twitter, and that was like really unfortunate, and I would never want to experience that again. Okay. So, oh yes, a lot of people are talking about like Serbia. I am curious to see what Serbia gets us this year. I don't even know what else to say. I'm curious. Yeah, Serbia even grew on me last year. It was like once I saw it live and heard it live, because the video that they had of like the national selection was like not good and it was kind of weird. But seeing it live, I got it. It's like one of those things where you see it on stage and it's like, oh, I get it now. Okay, okay. Um, Penuza says, do you like something from Portugal beyond Telemovis? I like Surma song. That was it. I don't have anything else. Adam, Slack, Alesia, can you imagine Thomas Gieson and Frederick Kempa suddenly having loads of songs in Albania next year? I was joking, kind of, but I think it could be pretty epic. You know, honestly, I do think Albania should consider maybe opening up the fields a little bit because I would love to go to Albania, and Albania has vocalists. That's the other thing too that makes it so unfortunate when you have these amazing vocalists, amazing singers, and the song is just meh. Perfect example, Iceland last year. I'm not going to say anything else about that. ESC Lover says, I heard the revamp of Albania will be even more folky. I would be into this. Simple things. I can't sleep, so I'm watching this. Thank you. But you know, I guess there will be a replay, so you could go to bed. You could go to bed. Oh, someone says, wow, now I feel embarrassed to be Dutch. Don't feel embarrassed. Waylon is one person. Also, like, this is going to be really random, and I'm not even really trying to be shady, but it'll sound like shade, and I guess I don't care. So he's like 5 feet, right? Like, he's like 5 feet. There is no way that he's like more than 5 feet. So I can understand why there might be a lot of angst built up maybe or something. Again, oh my gosh, it was just so like, and I think I was actually with one of my friends from the Netherlands. I'll shout her out. Izan, you're amazing. Yeah, and I think like after the conversation, I just was like, wow, that was really an unfortunate conversation. And I was hoping I had higher hopes, I guess. Okay. Simple things. Yes, I'd love Scotland at Eurovision, but I'd hate to break up the UK success. You know, I don't know. I think that could be interesting. I think that could be interesting. Okay. Belarus. You know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really checking for Belarus this year. I don't know why. I did actually like Alexiev's song, and when I would play that song for my American friends, people really liked kind of his phrasing and the accent. Like, they really liked it, and these are like non-Eurovision fans. So yeah. Is a bad fish. Do you think younger artists have a better shot at winning? What do you mean by younger? I would say, you know, there is nothing like a seasoned vocalist who gets on stage and knows what they're doing. Because some of these young performers, they are cute, they've got energy, they've got charisma, they're happy to be there, but they can't always execute. And you got to execute, you know. Excitement is one thing and it's great, but yeah. Okay. Okay, wait, I'm going to go back a little bit. LLMT Elto, okay. I listen to Mickey's La Venda on my way to work every morning. Think it's being overlooked? I don't think that it is ever possible for a Spanish entry at Eurovision to ever be overlooked, and the Spanish Euro fans make sure of that. You know, asks, do you think Hungary can get another top 10 finish with Yoki Papai? I don't think that this song is top 10. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy because it's probably, I mean, it's probably in my top 10 right now. Yeah, so like right now it's in my top 10, but I could easily see it ticking down. Some people, let me say, Simple Things, big artists from Scotland in the past, so why not? I agree, but I don't want to be in that fight. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because the thing is, I think the UK is on a nice track of coming back at Eurovision. I really, really do. And I think this year, I really do think this year they could get their highest finish with Michael Rice because that vocal, I mean, if we're talking about choir R&B songs, and I think about comparing Bigger Than Us to John Lundvik's, because I mean, he wrote on both the songs. If I compare the two songs, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to give it to Bigger Than Us. And Swedish fans, I mean, I'm sure y'all are heading to bed. You might want to go to bed, but if I had a choice between Jan Lundvik, well, his song and Bigger Than Us, Jan Lundvik and Melfest, I do choose Bigger Than Us because the moments in that song are just, I mean, Michael Rice, I mean, off runs alone, Boo Boo can sing. I mean, he's just, oh, he's so, so, so good. Okay. Xavier says, I think Lavinda in Spain this year is kind of underrated. Honestly, I don't think it's underrated because the thing is, we're not really getting vocal. It's a great song, though. It's a bop. It's catchy. But we do also have to be realistic about what Spain tends to yield point-wise at Eurovision. So I'm not super hopeful. Okay. Okay. Jamie Laurie asked, where do you have the UK in your categories? I already went over this, but the UK is good. The UK is good. ESC Topless says Bashar or Hannah and Liamu will win Melfest, but I want Jan Henrik. Okay. I'm gonna just say this right now. Sweden. Don't send Liamu and Hannah. I don't think that that's the right pick. Bashar was cute. Bashar was really cute. But the thing is, Bashar is going to be compared to Michael Rice. He's going to be compared to Boo Boo in Croatia. And even though Boo Boo in Croatia doesn't have the best song, Boo Boo in Croatia is the stronger vocalist. So I just think we would be putting Bashar in a category that's already getting a little tight at Eurovision. Not to mention, we're going to have a young guy singing representing the Netherlands. And didn't Ireland? No. Who? Oh, Belgium has a young guy there. Bashar is just young. He's fresh. He's cute. I just don't want to set him up. It's too soon for him. That's what I mean. It's too soon for him. Just like Good Lovin' was great for Benjamin, but that would have been too soon for him to represent Sweden. Okay. Pinuza says worst song in the Melfest final at the moment. I don't even know. Well, I guess of the direct to final. Ooh, I know. Of the direct to finalists, the song Hello, that Hello song, I was not into that. I was not into that at all. I was not into that at all. I can't even say anything. And then the performance even kind of like, I didn't like the hologram woman, and I was not into that. Natalie Shaw says, I would love for the UK to send a song in Hindi. Oh my goodness, I would love that too. And actually, maybe that is what the UK needs to do next year. I'm going to tell Laurel. Natalie Shaw, I'm going to tell Laurel that we need and this is really what it might need to be maybe the chorus. We'll do English verses, but then the chorus in straight up bomb Bollywood tradition. I love Bollywood films, actually, just by the way. That's a little tidbit about me. And I'm going to have to close this out soon because this video can't be that long. And like we're going on 2 hours and that's crazy. I didn't think that this would go this long, especially since y'all are supposed to be in bed. Someone said, do you think this is a bad year for this decade? This is not the weakest year. This is definitely not the weakest year. I think that well, because we don't even have all the songs yet. I will say I'm slightly underwhelmed with the quality this year, I think, compared to this time last year. And honestly, me making my top 10 last year was hard. It was very, very difficult for me to make my top 10 last year because I liked a lot of the songs. I still say that Eurovision 2016 probably had the strongest songs. Also, I'm still listening to a lot of the songs from Eurovision 2016. Okay. Oh, someone asked, did you like Margaret and Tempo? I did. I did like that song. I thought it was cute. But I will say this, you know, my biggest lesson looking at the finalists and looking at, I guess, what went in, it seems like the island vibe, sort of reggae songs were not really the movement at Melfest this year. Maybe Sweden is just kind of past that moment and maybe they're just not into it anymore. But like, yeah, I guess like they're not feeling that. I guess they're not feeling that. Okay. Before giving an answer, take a sip. Okay. Okay, Amandio. Alesia, in your opinion, who is the best ESC winner of the last 5, 10, and 15 years? Okay, I'm gonna like pull up my list so I don't forget about anybody. But even then, I'm kind of like, well, if I forgot about them, then maybe that's not like the best sign. But I want to do it because I want to give everyone shine. So yeah, this is fun. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, so of the last 5 years, that's easier. So we're looking at Netta, Salvador, Jamala, Mons, okay, and Conchita. Salvador. Yeah, because that song was a moment. The first time my friend Sean, who like did reaction videos with me, the first time we heard that song, we both were like, oh my, like it stopped us. Like it was just like, oh my God, this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. So so of the last 10 years, okay. I'll include 2009. Yeah. Of the last 10 years, probably Loreen. Yeah. And so then 15 years. So I gotta add Dima, Moliva, Lordi. So Dima, Moliva, Lordi, Helena Paparizou. Oh, and Ruslan. Oh, of the past 15 years, Ruslana. Which makes this pill of Ukraine making this decision and being so petty even more difficult because I love Ruslana. I love Ruslana all around. I just think she's so great. And I think she's the perfect example of like what you can do with a Eurovision win. Like where you can allow your Eurovision win to take you. So love her. Okay. Norway 2009 is overrated. Oh, so that's, yeah, like Fairy Tale. I mean, honestly, Fairy Tale would have probably still held up as pretty notable had Alexander Rybak not come back last year with that song called That's How You Write a Song, because it is not how you write a song. It's not. So from American perspective, what would Americans love the most? Which song? Well, I've already played a couple of the songs for my friends. And like, I will say this, everyone has different, music is universal, but it's been kind of a resounding Italy, soldi. And a lot of my American friends have liked Friend of a Friend. They're like, oh, this is cute. I like this. Like I could hear this like on like at Urban Outfitters and like on the radio. Like and straight up, like I think Czech Republic Friend of a Friend is like radio ready for the US, definitely. Did I hear about Jamala's scandal? What, Jamala asking that wildly inappropriate question last minute on stage? I mean, it's like Eurovision isn't supposed to be political. That would be like me showing up at Eurovision and having someone ask me like if I support Donald Trump's wall. Like, what does that have to even really do with Eurovision? I'm here to talk about music. But for the record, like why anyone would ask me if I would support any of Donald Trump's policies is beyond me. I mean, look at me. I'm a Black queer woman. Like, you do the math. ESC Romania. Hold on. Mirror on the wall. I'm American, and so far the people I've showed the songs to like Spain the most. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I mean, Spain wasn't a negative. I didn't get negatives with Spain, but like solely was most certainly the resounding yes. And then I was surprised at how many people were just like, ooh, yeah, Friend of a Friend. But my friend who reacts with me, Daffo, and you can follow her at Daffo Presents. She's in a band. She plays bass. She's one of the vocalists in the group. She always, every time I show her Eurovision stuff, she really connects with a lot of the, I would say like the anthemic songs that some of you guys might feel is like slightly generic. But she loved Suri last year. So she likes kind of like those uplifting songs. So she really liked Raw, France this year, and the UK, Bigger Than Us. Okay. Oh, hold on. Did I do this correctly? Okay. Oh, did you like Kali Omer? Oh, yeah, My Secret Combination. I did. It was a little old, though. You know, like when I heard it and saw it, I was just like, so Britney was doing this 1999. We're like almost 10 years after that. Bailey says, I'm American and my favorite is actually Slovenia. Well, Bailey, you and I have something in common because Slovenia is in my excellent category right now, and I only have 4 songs in my excellent category right now, and that's Australia, Italy, Slovenia, and Hungary. Neboja Sujic says, what do you think about Sanja Vucic from Serbia 2016? So underrated. Oh, I love that song. If I ever hosted or did like a Eurovision karaoke, I would sing that song. Just saying. I love it. ESC Romania asks, would you rather have countries sing songs in English or songs in their native language? I don't really have a preference. I think do what makes sense. Do what feels right. I think sometimes when songs are translated, it sounds awkward. So I'm never really a fan of translation per se. So I could say that. Okay. Oh, would I support the wall, by the way? Did I answer? I already answered this. I mean, yeah. Okay. Lee Ellis, Ashes to Ashes is a tune, an ear tune. Love it? Yes or no? I don't love it, but it's not bad. But I don't think it should go to Eurovision at all. Okay, someone, oh, I want to see this comment. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Whoa. Ricardo, Black Americans are having the best time under Trump. You must be being sarcastic and facetious. Okay. Henry May, wasn't she the one who called? Sounded like her voice. No, she was not the one who called me. She knows I'm recording. She would not bother me while I'm recording a very serious Eurovision live video that I'm going to be wrapping up in 5 minutes. I'm going to be wrapping up in 5 minutes because I don't want to have this too long. Who do you think has the greatest male vocals so far, and who from the women? Just curious. Strongest male vocalist? Probably Michael Rice. Probably Michael Rice, and I think that that's safe. He does need to get more confident with his runs because I think he was just running, which is good because sometimes you just do that because you feel the spirit come over you. And so I was kind of like, let's go. But at the same time, like, you got to be confident in the run and be prepared for the run so that you have enough breath support to support it so that you can get that run out, finish it without getting flat or sharp. And there were some moments where I was like, okay, that was a little flat. But there is nothing wrong with having intentional runs. There is absolutely nothing wrong. All the professionals do it. So yes. And from the women, I guess, yeah, Kate, Australia. I was trying not to just say her because I feel like people are just going to be like, oh, you're just going to say it because she was like singing opera. But I think she actually is. And I want to almost choose Albania, but there are moments where she's yelling. I mean, she's not really, it's not always supported. She's yelling. So that was a good question. Okay. Okay. What's this here with Melon? Okay, Copyright Breaker 22. Which countries do you think should win based upon the last couple of years? I mean, well, I'm gonna whittle this down to, I guess, the countries that have been coming with quality that I think should coming with quality, but I'm gonna whittle it down to isolate it to the countries that have not won yet, that have consistently been giving us quality, and that's Cyprus, that's Bulgaria, and Armenia. Cyprus, Bulgaria, and Armenia. They have been coming with quality. They have been coming with heat. They have not been disrespectful. They've been coming to win, and they've never won and hosted the contest before. And I think that they would be great hosts and rightful winners because they have. Any mainstream artists who you're excited to hear new music from? No. I feel satiated musically right now. Oh, wait, hold on. I was just going to say, actually, let me go back and talk about Germany real quick. Germany needs some really good staging this year. And, you know, maybe they don't want to hire Sasha. But I will just throw my hat in the game for the vocal coaching and staging because, you know, there is a moment in that song that I think it brought me to a place where I was like, oh, I think I get it now. I think I get it. Because when I first heard it, I didn't know how to feel about it. I listened to it again. I didn't really know how to feel about it. I played it for my mom. My mom was sort of like, I played it for Daffo, and Daffo was like, I don't know. Played it for my mom again, and my mom and I were like, it's the harmonies. There are moments in the harmonies, and the issue right now is you have two lead singers being told to sing together, and what we need is we need a duo. We really need Eugene. Oh my goodness. That's really who should be singing this song is Eugene, because Eugene would have turned this song. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I had a moment of like, oh, maybe that was what we were supposed to be doing all along. Favorite stage so far? Eurovision 2016. Yeah. Eurovision 2016. Okay, and Mirror on the Wall says Jamala's question was inappropriate, but I think the fandom is demonizing her too much. It's not her fault MARUV isn't going to Eurovision. It's not Jamala's fault. It isn't. It isn't Jamala's fault. But she shouldn't have asked that question. And it seemed very unscripted. It didn't seem like anyone told her to ask it. It seemed like she really just was like, oh, I'm going to ask this because I want to know. And if you want to ask a question because you want to know, you could talk to that performer backstage. You could talk to them anytime. You're freaking Jamala. You could ask a question whenever you want to. Was that the moment to do it? No. And I think it was, I just think it was in poor taste. I just think it was just in poor taste. Andrea B says, what do you think would be good staging for Italy? Honestly, I'm not even going to tell you because I'm going to start giving my staging suggestions and notes for a fee because I'm poor. I'm not poor. But no, I think Italy just should be really thoughtful with the staging. We don't need to overdo it. I think we can keep it simple, but he cannot just be standing there singing the song with like 3 camera angles. That cannot happen. ESC Romania, did I do something wrong? No, the questions are just coming and coming and coming. Simple things. Surrey back next year. Thoughts? We good. Rondoslav. Okay, I can't say this. Excellent category for me. The demo of Cyprus, France, Slovenia, Australia, Italy. I don't know if there's a question. Ricardo S. Alesia, are you a singer as well? You can actually go on my page and I have a whole entire playlist that's videos of me singing. So you can see that. I also do have an EP, but it's not available in Europe, so you can't buy it. But yeah, it was so weird. I had an interaction on Twitter with someone who clearly hadn't done their research on me because, yeah, like I actually have like a music video like of a song and I wrote it and I sang it. And I have an EP, but it isn't available. Actually, I don't think it's available anywhere now because I think I pulled it. But maybe I'll come out with some music at some point if I ever have the time. Jeffrey, opinion about Armenia 2009 and Serbia 2008. Both should have won. I'm like, let me just refresh my memory. Armenia 2009. Oh, I did like that. That's one of my favorites. Yeah, that John John is actually one of my like all-time favorite Eurovision songs. Video coming soon, but that is one of my all-time favorite Eurovision songs, if not just, of the past couple of years. And then Serbia too. Wait. You said oh wait, no. Serbia 2008. 2008 Eurovision. Just to I would that one was okay for me. Yeah, that one was like it was okay. Okay. Alesia, what's your favorite Hungarian entry? Maybe Origo, though. And maybe that's why I'm having kind of a harder time with this year's entry, which is good, but Origo was so good. I still listen to that. Like that for me is like my perfect like summertime, like windows down, blasting out of my car song. Oh, it's so good. Victor Red, thoughts about Habibi. It was okay. It was okay. I didn't think it was like amazing. Yeah. Okay. Simple things, Alesia. Where should the UK host Eurovision? London, or would another city interest you? I've been to London before. I think, host it where it makes sense, where there's housing available, both hotels and Airbnb options, and there's an arena. But I don't know enough about the country to really have an opinion about that. Oh, Andreas, this will be fun because I have to close out soon. I can't do this video for forever. So if you have a question, like try and stack them in now because I have to hop off. So could I describe the songs that we have been released so far with one word? So Croatia, sad. Montenegro, dated. France, meh. Denmark, conflicted. Germany, What? Sister? Lithuania, safe. Spain, fun. Albania, powerful. Czech Republic, pop. UK, strong. Latvia, carousel. Estonia, Avicii. Romania, dark. Australia, refreshing. Italy, solid. Slovenia, atmospheric. Hungary, heartfelt. So I did that. Bia Tavares, Alicia, do you want to participate in Eurovision one day? Not really, because I'm American, and I would love to do a backing vocal. I would do a strong, positive, effective backing vocal for someone. That would be great. AJ Mina, did you do a reaction to Albania 2018? I don't think I did a reaction video to it. I won't, but I don't think I did. First name, surname. What is your favorite last placed entry? Oh, that's easy. Twin Twin. Je veux ci, je veux ça. Yeah, I was into that. Like, I was like, maybe not for Eurovision, but I was like, was it a song that I could listen to on myself, hands down, that without a question. What do you think about the Serbian song that won Eurovision 2007? It's great. Oh, what? Someone says Teyana for Eurovision. Teyana needs to sit her butt down and wait till next year when Ukraine wants to have his act together. No, like, this is not the year to do that. Actually dead. Are the Baltics going to make it? So what? Wasn't that Latvia, Estonia, and then what? Lithuania? Estonia is gonna make it. I don't know about Latvia and Lithuania, but Estonia will make it. Latvia might just make it to the final just because we haven't really gotten anything like folky and soft, so that might work to its advantage, but it is so like, we need a bridge. We just need a bridge. And Latvia, you have time, like, just, revamp it and give us like an actual bridge. Okay. Ricardo, did you have a good experience in Lisbon? Yes, I did. I loved it. I loved it. Viewpoint, what is your favorite Irish song in the last few years? Oh, the Irish song that I like didn't make the final. Oh my goodness, now I'm 2015? 2015? Yeah, Ireland 2015 Eurovision. I just want to make sure I'm doing the right one. I'm about to pull it up right quick. No. Not 2015. Like, let's not 2015. Even though I do like that song. Yes. Heartbeat. Heartbeat. Ireland 2014 is one of my favorite Irish entries. And low-key, they were robbed. Because was that the year of Cheesecake? I think that was the year of Cheesecake. And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Joel Bessa asks if you have if it's possible, I guess, for me to represent a country that I like. Well, actually, I'm doing the MyHeritage test. I'm excited because honestly, like, maybe I'll have like some weird European roots to some country, and I don't know, who knows? Maybe I'm gonna like turn into like a crazy Spanish Eurovision fan or something. It's totally possible. If T asks, what are you most looking forward to doing in Israel other than Eurovision? I'm excited to go to the beach, and I'm excited to eat. I'm excited to eat on the beach and then get in the water. And I'm going to talk to some friends of mine. I have some amazing friends actually in the UK who have friends and family in Israel. And so they're kind of helping me out a little bit to get like some logistics put together, because one of the things that I would really love to do is to like maybe get on like a catamaran or something like that, because I love the water. I love to swim. So ESC Romania, can you ever do a video with my mom? I would love that. I would love to do that. I was trying to get her to do a video with me this weekend, and I wanted her to react to MARUV, but I will say, I feel like if I did a video with her reacting to MARUV, she would have just been silent the whole time. And then at the end, I would have asked her, like, what'd you think? And my mom, because my mom's pretty like blunt and clear. And actually my mom is a singer. I should say that. My mom would just be like, well, it was about sex. So like, I mean, like what else am I supposed to say? She'd be very like simple. Favorite staging of recent years. I liked Christian Kostov's staging. I thought that was really good. And he was alone. I was really into that. And I actually really liked Armenia's staging. What Fly With Me. I liked it, but they got slammed in the running order. It sucked. What else? Okay, so this one, Russia is going to take this year hard with Sergei. Will art survive, though? I think that art is layered. I think we have pop art. I think art is relative, and I grew up around art. And I think that, you know, a nice pop song isn't necessarily not art if it's done well and thoughtful. ESC Matt, do you like Jan Henrik? Yes, I do, but this song is his weakest entry in Melfest. Alim, are Azerbaijan going to bring it this year? Yes, they are. Armandio. Okay, wait, my what? My ovules? You mean, oh, like my eggs? Well, I don't know. Can I have your sperm? I mean, maybe we could work something out. First name, surname, which entry are you most anticipating this year? I'm curious about Armenia. I'm really curious about Armenia. I'm really curious about the Netherlands. And those I would say I'm really curious about just what they're going to bring, because I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. And do you think the spokesperson for each country should announce the televote rather than the jury? No, I don't know. I don't know. What do I think about the logo and the slogan this year? It's cool. ESC Matt, you can represent San Marino. Well, I couldn't represent San Marino because y'all don't want to give them any points. So I'm only representing a country where I might have at least the potential of like qualifying, right? Okay. Someone asked, would I be open to non-European countries entering Eurovision? I mean, it's already kind of happening, but okay. And what else? Daniel Turley. Alicia, what act would you like to see return? Loic. I would love to see Loic come back. I think he's great. And yeah, I think he's great. And what else? Okay. Kaibo, could you sing Sister this year? Yeah, I probably could sing it. Yeah, I probably could sing it. And what would my reaction be when I would qualify? And we'll just close out on this. This would be my reaction if someone shouted out whatever country I'm representing and I'm qualifying. That would be my reaction. Well, thank you so much. This video is going to be up on my channel, so please make sure you like and subscribe it. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel and you tuned in today, please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And if you are subscribed and you like my channel, share it. Share my videos. You can do that. It's so easy. There's like a button under the videos where it says you can like share it. So like, put it on YouTube. Like, tell other people about it, because I'm just here and I have way more content coming for you. I am going to Tel Aviv, Israel. I am so excited for you guys watching a replay. If you agree with some of my comments, talk to me below. If you disagree, that's okay too. Talk to me in the comments below. This is a conversation. I love it. I am so excited for Eurovision 2019. Hi.